What's going on, football fans? Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Birds. We made it to Jordan Mailata, who I did not get to make a video of last week, but absolutely had a challenge this week going up against Joey Bosa and also a defensive end called Bosa, who I've been tracking a little bit and was impressed with him. So knew he had a job to do here. Works in very good combination with Landon Dickerson up on Jerry Tillery here. Lined up in the 4 technique. Good movement on Jerry, moved him a couple yards off the line. Much better rep here against Bosa, coming off in the wide 9 technique. Good footwork, good punch, and then reset afterwards, gets Bosa out of balance while keeping his own. Very good push here on Jerry Tillery in the 3-eye technique. Moves him about 2-3 yards down the field here, just in a straight up down block. Easy touchdown for Jordan Howard. Dive up the middle here, so they'll be isolating up on the 4 technique defensive tackle here with Dallas Goedert and Jordan Mailata. And I would like them to have a little bit more control right here. Mailata gets sort of out of balance, so he can't really move the line efficiently here, and so Boston has to cut it outside instead. Would like them to be a little bit more coordinated when they're both coming up there to create a better push as a unit. Another rep here, zone right, smothers Jerry Tillery in the 3 technique here in between the guard and the tackle here. And Jordan Mailata gets a very good hand placement on him and just moves him and ends up with the pancake. Good block here on the QB run by Hurts here. So get the block in there on Joey Bosa. Doesn't set too wide, so he can come back and get some contact on Joey. And he gets a hand placement that is just good enough for him to stall him from getting inside and making the tackle. Another good block on Joey Bosa, moving him a couple yards laterally on the zone to the left side. So that creates a gap for Jordan Howard, from Mailata's part at least. On the missed throw to Devontae, a very good rep by Jordan Mailata and taking on Joey Bosa out here to the outside. So Joe is going to go inside here. He's going to try that inside move with Jerry Tillery. And Mailata just punches Joey into Jerry. So both of them get totally stalled in their pass rush and really takes away the momentum of that left side of the offensive line here in combination with Dickerson. Working against Jerry Tillery, lined up to the outside here in the 5 tech. Takes on him well, much easier, and puts him on the ground there at the end. Zone right here, and I understand what Mailata wants to do. He doesn't have anyone to his right side, so he's going to get up to the second level. And I understand why he wants to sort of hop skip a little bit out here and stay in control, so he can be more sure that he's getting the block up on somebody instead of just sprinting up there and swinging and missing. But he ends up missing either way here, and just a little bit more aggressive because the running back is hitting the hole. When there's nobody to your side at that point, the running back is going to hit the hole hard, and you're going to have to expect that. And if you hit the block there on 33, Howard has a much better chance of breaking it more into the secondary. So we'd like a little bit more aggressiveness, but I see what Mailata wants to do there. So in this rep, everybody on the offensive line is going to slide to the right side, and running back releases out to the left. And when the Chargers are sending a blitz here, the offensive line is going to notice that. So there's going to come the linebacker in the blitz. So Mailata knows that Dickerson has to pick that up, and he has to take over the most dangerous to that side where he's coming from. And that will be the 3 tech defensive tackle, because you can go out here and you can block Joey Bosa, but then you have pressure up in the B gap. So you count the gaps from inside. A gap's more dangerous than B, than C, and then anybody from the edge, because the quarterback has to know at that point that when you're sliding everything to the right side and you have a blitz coming up the middle, then you need to get rid of the ball because you're going to be hot at that point. So it's up to Hurts to get rid of this ball immediately when you see that guy coming. It doesn't. Power to the left side. So Mailata will be down blocking on 93 along with Dickerson. He's first going to give him that little pop to make sure that he is in the arms of Dickerson, so he has him in control. And then he's going to move up to the second level with the linebacker there in 49. Put him on the ground. Beautiful block. Working against Jerry Tillery, who's going to slant to the right side of a screen here up against Jordan. Good push right there, and then replace the hands. Very deep drop here from Jalen Hurts. And we have Bosa coming off the edge right here against Jordan Mailata. And he does the right thing here, turning his hips and then working him upfield. But we're 10 yards from the line of scrimmage at that point. So you want your quarterback to either step up into the pocket right there or just get the ball out. And Hurts does get the ball out at this point here, so can't really fault Mailata too much. He plays with the right technique on the rep. It's just a very, very deep drop back and not helping out your tackles too much. This is a picture-perfect example of what happens when you're playing too high and when you're not expecting the bull rush. Going out against the Fackrell here in 52, and you can just see when he's stepping and anticipating a rush to either the edge or inside, you don't get pushed back this much if you're as big as Jordan Mailata. That means you didn't set your feet. And it's not really an issue after he has his feet planted. He just did not expect it at that point. So got to keep butt a little bit lower, fewer steps as you're going back, and you'll be fine. Against Fackrell off the edge here, we see him setting up a little bit more smooth here. Has his feet planted, and then he has him in control. It doesn't get driven back or anything near as much as in the other rep. Very good push here on zone left. Once again against a wide 9 defensive tackle out here. Defensive end in Joey Bosa. Moves him 5 yards to the outside. So that widens the line of scrimmage a lot more and makes it easier for the running back to choose a gap in between all that. Inside move by Fackrell here to the outside in the wide 9 technique. Just gonna go quick inside. Mailata reacts to that. Almost gets the holding here. It's close. You could call it, but it doesn't. Once again, we have the combination with Dallas Goedert and Jordan Mailata, and I don't know if it's because Mailata is expecting the defender to be moved more inside, but this is just the second time we see that combination where it results in a good gain, but you'd also like it to be a little bit more controlled, so they move the defensive tackle further down the field or transition up to a linebacker. Yeah, see, this is more like it. This is what we rather want to see with the double team up here under the 3 technique. So Mailata keep pushing him down the field. They keep working in combination. It's controlled through and through. That's a good block. Good job here on Kyle Fackrell. Coming off the edge in the 5 technique. He's going to go inside, outside, try to delay it. And ultimately Mailata puts him on the ground there at the end. So good rep. Gets caught a little bit off guard here by Bosa, who first it looks like he's going to go inside here. And then afterwards, he's going to try and bull rush Mailata. He does have his feet planted here, and he resets very well. Gets his feet planted, reset his hands, and is in control throughout the rep. But gets a little bit surprised by the initial move, it seems. So some good and some bad from this game, for sure. Some really good reps, as we're used to seeing. Some really good punch and power. We also saw a couple of reps where he gets out of balance in his pass sets. In the running game, was a little bit surprised to see some of the combination work in the run game with Landon Dickerson or with Dallas Goedert not look as smooth as it usually does. So would like to see him a little bit more in balance when he's playing. I'm not sure if he's playing with knee pain right now after his MCL sprain. Could be a part of it. But overall, still a good game, I think, from him. But still room for improvement.